Hello, my flaky friends. Welcome to today's video. And when I say flaky, I am not talking about a personality. We are talking about your face because we are discussing the best winter moisturizers as rated by thickness and viscosity for your skin. You are welcome. During the winter, it can get dry, and even if you have oily skin, did you know that your skin can still be dehydrated? Now, hydrators and moisturizers are very different. Some of these products do both, and some of these are just moisturizers, meaning that they lock everything in. And yes, we'll be talking about slugging. We'll be talking about some brands such as Nyon that I've mentioned before, but not as often as I mentioned their little sister, The Ordinary, as well as a dupe for CeraVe that I've come across, and even nutrition, because yes, what you eat, what you ingest, and how you take care of your body also impacts how your skin takes care of you. We're working with Daily Harvest on a portion of this video, which I am so excited about because this all happened because I ate dinner on a live stream and decided to grow flowers out of a compostable Daily Harvest meal box. Best idea I ever had. Another excellent idea that has graced my face is this from Nyon. Nyon or Nyon is a brand that is also from Deciem, who we all know because of The Ordinary, and I basically consider this line like the intelligent big sister to The Ordinary. She's a little bit more expensive, but she's bougie, she's smart. She's got a PhD in non-invasive options for dermal science, which is what Nyon stands for, and she uses some excellent ingredients. Is she a little bit more expensive? Yes, but if you have the money, do I recommend it? Absolutely. This is the modulating glucosides, and it is an amazing moisturizer, but it's almost like a serum. I consider this almost like a mustard serum that goes onto the skin so well. It absorbs so beautifully, and it leaves your skin feeling fresh and protected, but it doesn't feel like there's anything there. It is not the traditional moisturizer in the sense of these fluffy concoctions that we normally think of, yet it does protect the skin, it does hydrate it, that's how it makes it feel, and this is amazing for anyone who is struggling with dryness, irritation, or inflammation. This is all about resetting the skin and repairing it. If you are someone who has overdone it with retinoids and your skin is really irritated, if you do have a lot of inflammation, that is what this was formulated to help with. It does have a peptide complex as well as these modulating glucosides to help the skin just press refresh on itself. And fun fact, it doesn't contain two of my favorite ingredients, niacinamide or hyaluronic acid. I was watching another YouTuber here online who was talking about this product, and she was explaining she really liked that this product doesn't have those ingredients in there because yes, it's true, although they are excellent, they are two ingredients that some people are sensitive to. I have a beautiful butterfly potato wife who is very sensitive to centella as well as niacinamide, and she can't use a lot of products that have niacinamide in them. And the fact that this is moisturizing to the skin, it is hydrating, it really helps with any inflammation that's going on, but it doesn't include those ingredients that, although wonderful, can be irritating for a very select few, and it's fragrance free. I absolutely love this. It is a mustard moisturizer for your face. If you have super dry, cracked skin, especially eczema or psoriasis, you're going to need to follow this up with one of these next moisturizers, but especially if you have oily skin or if you just want a little something something to seal the skin as you take on the day, this is absolutely one of my favorites. I highly recommend dripping this anti-inflammatory mustard complex into your pores. Next up on the viscosity train is this from Pyeongchang Yule. I blame my other beautiful butterfly potato wife, Sheni, for this one. Pyeongchang Yule has quickly become one of my favorite Korean beauty brands. They are inexpensive. They are made in an oriental hospital in Korea. And this is their moisture cream that I am obsessed with. This feels like a memory foam mattress hug for your face. Like think of fluffy clouds, whipped marshmallows, and the My Pillows pillow product, but without like the racism or the conspiracy theories. This stuff is so amazing and it blends into skin like a dream. It does come out this kind of fluffy moisturizer texture. It is definitely what you think of when you think of a more traditional moisturizer, but it blends into the skin without feeling sticky or without pilling up, because some moisturizers can pill up and feel greasy. It feels light as air, and I've actually found that you can layer this. This has two of my favorite ingredients, specifically jojoba oil and shea butter, and it is also fragrance free for those who are concerned about that. If you have dry skin, this is a great option. Would highly recommend. If you're super, super dry, you're gonna wanna wait and see what we've got for numbers 3 through 5. But if you have oily skin and it tends to get a little bit dry in some areas or combo, this is also going to work for you. Again, it is the moisture cream, so even if you tend to get oily, but you have that dehydrated skin, so the top is like slippery and oily, but it feels dry and like tight and papery underneath, this is excellent because it hydrates all of those layers, kind of goes deep down, and it actually soaks into the skin. Whereas again, some moisturizers are not hydrators, they just sit on top. And this is also why hydration is so important for your body. No, it is not true that just drinking more water is going to magically hydrate your skin, but simultaneously, if you are dehydrated, it can impact your skin. And Dr. Murad has a book that I would highly recommend if you're into skincare books. It's called The Water Secret, and he literally talks about how you can get hydration from foods. I met him, he signed my book, he looked at my skin like 7 to 8 years ago, and he is one of the most amazing doctors and founders of a skincare line that I've had the honor to meet. But he has this book called The Water Secret in which he talks about how nutrition can impact your skin. I read it years ago, it was revolutionary, and as you know, I am personally plant-based. That is why I try to consume fruits and vegetables that give me an antioxidant boost from the inside out, that can help make sure that my body is functioning well, that I've got proteins, but I've also got antioxidants, I've got hydration and nutrition from the inside out. Now, simultaneously, let's remain authentic as always. During quarantine, when you're working hard, when you're studying hard, it can be difficult to keep up with your proper nutrition. Even as a vegan, honesty as always, I snack on my Daiya mac and cheese. I get myself the frozen pizzas, and those are probably not the most healthy. I mean, Oreos are vegan, French fries are vegan, fried potatoes, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, all the potatoes are vegan. I eat them a lot. More than I should. But simultaneously, if you can get healthy and nutritious options to make sure that your freezer is stocked, you can at least grab for those instead of the other microwave meals when you need it. Again, this all started from my live stream, An Amazing Dinner Bowl from Daily Harvest. I watch and love Car Beauty here on YouTube. I have her merch. I've bought so much of the skincare and makeup that she has shown to me, but she also speaks about Daily Harvest, and I tried it, and you know what? I love it and its convenience almost as much as I love cars that drive themselves. Daily Harvest has different options that can be chosen from. I obviously get the smoothies, they have the harvest bowls, they even have little flatbread pizzas that are actually healthy made with cauliflower crusts. They also have soups, etc. And you can basically choose how many items you want when it comes to your kit. There's 19, there's 14, and there's 24, and they don't lock you in. So for instance, you're not committed to paying. If you want to skip a week or a month, you're able to. They don't lock you in with some sort of a contract. And you basically get them, you put them and stack them in your freezer, and when you need quick nutrition that is healthy and delicious on the go, you have these options. Everything they have is plant-based, which I love, but they also have keto and paleo-friendly options. And a company that is not only plant-based and fresh and healthy, but also has keto and plant-based. Like, do you know how hard it is to find keto vegan food and paleo vegan food? I am not keto, but fun fact, I don't talk about it. I do have atypical epilepsy, and keto was something that I looked at with my neurologist and just tried to find the science behind. Also, as a nutritionist, not a dietitian, but a nutritionist, I'm interested in these kind of things. And although I haven't gone keto yet, it is very interesting, but for my vegan diet and my morals and ethics, it felt too restrictive. So the fact that there are options that are kind of pre-curated and actually don't taste like cardboard is something that I am very grateful for. You can choose weekly or monthly, and again, I kind of did the thing where I just go ham, and by ham, I mean vegan oat bowls. I got the soups, I got the bruschettas, I got the snacks, I got the oat bowls, which by the way, you can use as hot oatmeal, or you can make cold oats if you put them in the fridge overnight. And one of my favorites are the smoothies. Yes, even during the winter, I drink a smoothie every single day. I've done this for probably 3 or 4 years, and if you watch my live streams, then you know. But I make a protein smoothie every single morning just to make sure that I am keeping my amino acid profile in tip-top shape. Speaking of, by the way, look at these results. I must say my nutrition is impeccable, even when I am stressed and pressed and slightly depressed and consuming too many Oreos. I make sure the nutrition stays on point. It's convenient, it's fast, it's easy, it has ingredients that you can see on the side. They also don't include a lot of oils, they're lower in sodium if you're concerned about that. I definitely add a ton of spice and some salt to some of my dinner ones. I would say that my harvest bowl was like a solid 7 out of 10, and then when I added a little bit of that spicy, like my mouth is salivating even thinking about it, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. There is dietary flexibility, especially for those who are vegan and keto, paleo, etc. And they are absolutely delicious and nutritious. That is some bright light. Cash me with better lighting and a smoothie inside. How about that? Just the way my bathroom shelves are stocked with skincare, my freezer is stocked with Daily Harvest. And again, I am so happy that they are working with us on a portion of this video to help talk about nutrition and to offer $25 off. If you would like that, there is a link, there is a code. Help yourself and nourish yourself from the inside out. Speaking of nourishing, you also need to make sure that you moisturize. And the next moisturizer based on viscosity is this one from Dear Claire's. I have fallen in love with this. We're going to talk about slugging in just a second because yes, I have sacrificed my epidermis for you. But we're gonna talk about that sacrifice in just a second because this I actually find to be a really good option for those who don't want to feel like they are wrapped in saran wrap and want the slugging look without the slugging feel. This is from Dear Claire's. They are a Korean beauty brand and this is their Rich Moist Soothing Cream. I have fallen in love with this. It has ceramides, which is wonderful because it is a cruelty-free option, and this goes on super, super thick and moisturizing. This is a moisturizer and a hydrator, so it imparts hydration into the skin and then it locks it in. And as you can see, this one is a little bit thicker. It doesn't get pilly on me. It is very, very soft to the touch, but once you actually rub it in, it does leave this nice glow and this layer of protection on the skin, almost like a shield. Now, what's awesome about this is that the ingredients do include those ceramides. Ceramides are made naturally by our skin. They make up over 50% of the stratum corneum, which is the outer layer of your fantastic face. Often, people who are lacking moisture have issues either with ceramide production or how their skin is holding in and locking in moisture, and giving it something like this that is full of lipids is a great way to help combat that. It's inexpensive, it's comforting, it's hydrating, it's Korean beauty that is cruelty-free, which I have literally become obsessed with. I tried to fight the urge for the longest time, but I just can't anymore. And neither can my pores. Now, although this is thick and luxurious and soaks into the skin well, there is a way to level up, specifically 2 more levels, believe it or not. And the first one is this one from Ceramedics. You know that I have been wanting to use CeraVe for literally ever, but I can't confirm whether or not they are sold on shelves in mainland China and whether or not they're cruelty-free. And I know that some of their products are vegan, some contain animal-derived cholesterol, which I will choose not to use. However, I have been looking for alternatives, and I found this at a comparable price. It's a big tub, and this is from Ceramedics. It says Natural Ceramide Therapy Ultra Moisturizing Cream. It's from Earth Science, and yes, it is not only cruelty-free, but vegan as well. It really is comparable to CeraVe from the packaging to the ingredients to even the pricing. When we look at the ingredients, we do have a bunch of those beneficial oils. We do have some sodium PCA, and then we have ceramide MP. We have some rice, which has beta glucans. We've got bamboo oil, sunflower oil, and phospholipids. This is wonderful, but let me tell you, she thick. It is winter, so during the summer, I have a feeling that this will be much smoother on the skin and you won't have to rub it in as hard, but it does have a lot of oils, and at least where I am here in Northern California, oh, she thick. And if it's a cold morning, this is going to be one of the best moisturizers. It is going to seal and lock in things, but boy, that's a thick boy right there. That's a thick boy. Once it heats up with your skin, it does create this nice protective layer. It soaks in a little bit, like it doesn't leave the skin feeling, you know, smuggled or cellophane-y or, you know, like overly swaddled or suffocated. Those are a lot of S adjectives, but it does feel very pillowy on the skin, almost like a cotton. It's a little bit dry touch, but it's still moisturizing underneath, if that makes sense. And you can tell that there is a protective layer there. If you are someone who struggles with dry skin, with transepidermal water loss, if you have eczema or psoriasis, this is going to be your best friend. It is so good. Apply it after you get out of the shower. You can apply a toner or a serum and another moisturizer if you want to, or you could go straight in with this. But this is going to seal everything in without making you feel suffocated, but you can feel that there is a moisturizer there. If you are a fan of CeraVe, this is great. It is also fragrance-free, inexpensive, but it is also cruelty-free, and one of the best moisturizers that I could recommend for winter. However, there is another level. This level is called slugging, and I did find a vegan cruelty-free form of petrolatum jelly. Now, slugging is this new term that is taken off on TikTok, and everyone is rubbing this into their face. But most people don't know that although the term slugging is new, the practice has actually been around for decades. People, especially who are African American, have been doing this for years. People with eczema and psoriasis have been doing this for years. There's tons of medical data and studies showing that slugging or using petrolatum jelly, Vaseline, is great for eczema-prone skin. If you have a baby who has diaper rash, or if you are a nursing human and you have kind of chappedness around this area, this has been a great option that dermatologists have recommended for years. The difference is that the internet has taken it, slathered it on their faces, run with it, and given it a new name. I have been testing out slugging for you. It has been couple months, and I have some before and after photos to show you on my personal acne-prone skin, because no, slugging does not cause acne for everyone, but is it right for the oiliest of skin types? You better make sure that you are subscribed and have that notification bell hit so you don't miss that upload. But in the meantime, if you do want the thickest of thick, the most waterproofing moisturizer that you can find, this is going to be it. Pure petrolatum or petrolatum jelly. 100% sluggy slug on the face. This stuff is literally, can you see how much of it I've used? This is literally like applying a layer of plastic wrap to your skin, meaning nothing is getting in and the things that need to get out can. Now, obviously, you can choose to put more or less on. That will obviously impact how this actually feels on you. But boy, oh boy, when I say this is greasy, this is greasy. I made the mistake of once wearing it out in public, and I had the mail lady look at me and she's like, "Oh, you're very shiny today." I was like, "Oh, thanks, Auntie Jiki. Hala, compliment me really. Okay, thanks." It was really great. It was a little embarrassing. I felt like everyone noticed, and she's the only one that we know each other well enough and she trusts me enough to like call it out in person. So love that. However, a lot of people have been doing this overnight and they say they wake up with the most glowing, beautiful skin. Let me tell you, if you want to lock in your skincare overnight, if you want to buffer a retinoid, boy oh boy, the answer is yes, this is going to be good for you. This is probably the most moisturizing moisturizer and the most waterproofing and still breathable yet occlusive thing that you can find that is available on the market. And again, it's occlusive, it kind of suffocates the skin, but not to the point that the skin can't function. It's still healthy, which is why there is still some permeability there. All in all, if you are dry, feel free to give it a try, or you could just wait for my next upload. But what this means for you is that whether you have oily skin that is irritated from retinoids, or whether you have super dry skin and you're trying to buffer it from retinoids, there is a winter skin option for you. And remember that, like Dr. Dre's recent Instagram post said, you have to take care of your health from the inside out. You have to make sure that you are nurturing your body with all of the things it needs so that you can synthesize proteins and create beautiful glowing skin. I am very happy that the company that I have thrown so much of my money at is willing to work with us on this video to spread that message of health and wellness, and that I'm also able to share these different options with you that are affordable and cruelty-free and even a little bit bougie in some cases to make sure that there's a match for everybody's skin. Make sure that that subscribe and notification bell button is hit. Leave a comment in the bottom if I am missing one of your favorite moisturizers that should have been included here, and always remember to be beautiful both inside and out. I cannot wait to see you in this next video or in that slugging video, because boy oh boy is that a piece of content. Love you guys. Bye.